Hello and welcome to Wrestling with Anime. I'm Paul.
And I'm Dave.
So we switched things up this time, and Dave picked wrestling for me to watch.
Yes.
You bastard. And I got him to watch the first 3 episodes of Psycho Pass.
Yes.
So what are we going to start with, Psycho Pass or wrestling?
Depends on, would you want to go with the bad thing first, or go with something a little nicer at the start?
Let's just do a quick thing on Psycho Pass. What did you think of Psycho Pass?
It was neat.
Okay. Helpful! Okay, so Psycho Pass is set in a futuristic era in Japan where the Sybil system is like this thing that scans your brain and tells if you're like a latent criminal, and it also like assigns you to a job and all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have these handguns called Dominators that can like read a person's psychopaths and then like either paralyze them or just straight up kill them.
Well, hey, they're killers. They're crazy people who are most likely going to do very bad things to society.
But they haven't committed a crime yet, most of them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's how the system kind of works. Make it so that you don't have horrible murders and all those sort of particular things.
That's inherently fucked up, but okay.
Well, it's one of the interesting sort of ideas of science fiction. We can explore those sorts of ideas before it happens to us.
Yeah, so I quite like Psycho Pass, if for nothing other than it looks really fucking beautiful.
Yes.
Like, the animation is top-notch, and it's a fun concept, no matter how fucked it might be.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the 3 episodes?
With the 3 that I've watched, it definitely was really interesting to see the concept and the story of everything, as well as the world that they sort of design around everything, where it's the science fiction of most everything is absolutely amazing, but you look past that and it's kind of dark with all the particular kind of stuff there.
I wonder if this was inspired by Blade Runner.
Nah, probably.
Maybe just a little.
Yeah,
because it looks goddamn like Blade Runner. It looks like a Japanese version of Blade Runner. Let me put it that way.
Nah. I can see that.
So, it's kind of hard to talk about plot because you don't really get into a lot in the first 3 episodes.
Very true. It's kind of getting through the basis and understanding of most things within the world and the base of the characters. Kind of just getting started with most everything.
Yeah, we're basically just introduced to everybody, and then the 3rd episode is kind of like the first kind of standalone like murder they have to solve, where this guy is like rigged these drones to kill his co-workers because they bully him.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that bullying or it's gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I really enjoy the series. I've actually only seen these 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Giving it to you was like, well, now I have to watch them because I've bought all of them, the movie and the game.
There's a game to this?
Yes, Psycho Pass Mandatory Happiness. It's on PS4, Vita, and PS3, I think. It's like, what do you call it? Justin, what do you call it? You know those...
It's a visual novel.
Yes, that's the one I was looking for.
Ah.
Justin does a quick run-in.
Yep.
To explain Japanese shit to me. So, Dave, any other thoughts on what you've seen of Psycho Pass? Would you recommend it or not?
No, I definitely would recommend it. It is a bit of the case of if you're not really that much into science fiction or any sort of thing like that, or watching people explode like a giant zit.
It does get a bit Akira.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It does. When the dude explodes. Would you be interested in watching more?
I think so. I've added it up on my list of things to watch, and honestly I was a little bit concerned since when we first made this deal, you had me set up another anime series to watch from you, which I was legitimately excited on watching since I was mildly...
Panda Bear Cafe!
Because I was mildly surprised, because my friend Paul, who would most likely recommend Psycho Pass to me in a second, just recommended me Polar Bear Cafe.
Polar Bear Cafe looks amazing, but I haven't actually seen any of it.
I see.
I had at least seen the first episode of Psycho Pass, and I'm like, I know that's quality. So I can't get somebody to watch Polar Bear Cafe because I've never actually seen it. But yeah, I love this. I'm going to have to watch more of it. And it's not super long. It's about 33 episodes and a movie.
Ah.
So it's not like it's a crazy... It's not like you're committing to watching all of One Piece or something.
Yeah, so true. Something I still need to work on.
No, you don't. Anyway, let's move over to the wrestling you made me watch.
Yes.
You bastard.
Yes.
So what was the first thing you had me watch? We'll start with Andre.
I showed you the match with Andre the Giant and Shoni... Other words now.
Isn't it Shono Kobayshi?
Yes, Shono Kobayshi.
Holy fuck.
So, just to clarify a bit more of this wrestling match, it was in the 70s, around 1974 or so?
1972. May of 72.
Okay, so it's one of the older types of matches, which is like, oh, how do they wrestle in them old days? And how they wrestled in them old days is very long. Very, very long.
Andre sure loved a goddamn headlock.
Well, after a certain sort of particular point, I had to kind of stop and say to myself, okay, this is kind of wrestling's infancy and or childhood-ish.
No. Wrestling had been around since like the 1800s.
Wrestling within this sense, before it sort of got
at least since the 20s.
Triple or WWE and that sort of stuff. It's not as flashy as it was nowadays.
Andre barely goddamn moved in the first 20 minutes.
Well, it is Andre the Giant, so it's not that surprising.
He was like, fuck this shit, you aren't paying me enough to take a bump.
And again, I'm not sure if I understand all the particular context, but Andre was really kind of... what was the word for it? Prissy.
Okay, I don't understand the psychology of this match. It makes inherently no sense to me. Okay, so I'm assuming because Andre's the foreigner, he's supposed to be the heel.
Yes.
But Kobayashi's the heel.
No, Kobayshi was definitely using them heel tactics.
No, he straight up was a heel. Okay, so first, like, Andre gets the first pinfall. I forget what he hits. Oh, he hits a tombstone. Yeah. Andre hit a goddamn tombstone.
Yes, he did.
I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? All of a sudden, now he's motivated. 25 goddamn minutes in. Anyway, so Andre goes to punch Kobayshi in the corner, and he hits his hand on the turnbuckle and hurts his hand.
Yeah.
Kobayshi gets him on the mat and starts stomping on his fingers.
Yeah.
That's a fucking heel move.
Yeah, that was kind of my point of, oh, you're the heel person. Okay, have fun with that.
But Andre's the one yelling at the crowd.
I honestly thought of it more as him yelling at the referees, like, wait, don't let him do these sort of particular things. What are you doing?
No, okay, so it gets worse. So there's a spot where Andre falls back into the ropes and gets trapped by his arms.
Yes.
And Kobayshi keeps attacking him. Two problems with this. A, that's a heel move. Two, the referee should have immediately backed Kobayshi off. If you're in the ropes, it's an immediate break. You have to give the guy a chance to get out of the ropes. That is the goddamn rules of pro wrestling.
Yes.
I know it's pro wrestling, but they're goddamn rules and you have to follow them. Otherwise it doesn't make fucking sense.
It just destroys everything, and then you're just like, why would you do this? Why are you doing this?
It's the equivalent of, like, playing hockey, and then halfway through the game, going like, oh, but we're not going to use a puck anymore, we're going to use a beach ball.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you've just changed the game.
Yeah.
It just... And then Kobayshi wins, sort of. Because Andre gets counted out while he's tied up in the ropes, because...
Oh, that was terrible. Just knocked out and tied by...
his foot in the goddamn rope. I understand why. Because they don't want to beat Andre. And Andre wouldn't have taken the pin there, because, why the fuck would he?
Yeah.
But it's such a bullshit finish.
Yeah, definitely with that. And after a certain point, it was just kind of a case of... It's legitimately just kind of a foreigner versus the hometown sort of person.
Yeah, versus the national hero.
Yeah, well, national hero heel sort of thing, but...
Yeah, but the way they present it, I don't think they think Kobashi's a heel in this case. Like, they present him like the national babyface, but it doesn't make goddamn sense.
If anyone within the match, within my view of things, was the babyface, I thought it was Andre. But mostly it was just kind of the case of bringing up so many concerns to the ref and trying to sway the match more in his favor.
Yeah, like they're both acting like heels, and it's just, I don't get it. Yeah, apparently they don't understand the rules of pro wrestling. I did not enjoy this match. It was 45 minutes of goddamn Andre the Giant.
I had the wonderful decision of trying to watch this in the middle of the night, nearly falling asleep halfway through it.
Okay.
So, moral of this story, don't have me pick out wrestling.
Or guide you to better wrestling. At the very least. So, you then had me watch an episode of Raw.
Yes.
Which episode?
That was the Monday night WWE Raw of 2010, March 29th.
Yes. So what did you know of this episode going in?
Not a heck of a lot, honestly. It was kind of a case of, I need some better wrestling aside from just the Andre fight. Went online and I found a random site that's like, here's all the particular WWE matches that we've recorded over several years. And I was like, okay, where do I start? And I took one number, then another number, and another number, and another number, and they all add up to 2010. It's like, okay, let's try somewhere in there. And then I just randomly put my mouse on a thing and clicked on that button. And it's like, okay, this match will work.
Okay, so you made me watch. Surprisingly, you actually got a Raw the night after WrestleMania. So, yes. This was actually a pretty big show.
Yes,
not a good show.
It definitely was fairly big, but after a particular point, it's like, oh no, it's one of these ones, isn't it?
So, the show opens up, and I would go, oh, fuck, remember when we got Pyro? Because that hasn't been a thing for a couple of years now, because cost savings.
Yeah.
At least it's a two-man booth. It's only Jerry and Michael Cole. Mm-hmm. Jerry the King Lawler. Mm-hmm. And there's not a third person that's always getting in the way. So the show starts with Drax coming out.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, that's Batista.
Yes.
Although I don't know how you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
My next note is, God, he had a good song.
No, his entrance was definitely good, and it was just kind of a case of, we hate you, just typical sort of...
His actual entrance is better, because he didn't do the full entrance here. Because he didn't do the machine gun thing.
Ah, I see.
And he has a really cool song.
No, okay, but with what he was trying to discuss with everyone with the show to start out with, I can kind of understand not going the full
of course
for his entrance.
And then my next note is, shockingly, Cena went over at WrestleMania. So we find out that Cena became the new WWE champion.
Because of course John Cena did.
Because surprising no one. But at least Drax is pissed that he lost the title. Because okay, I'm going to go on a rant here.
Okie doos.
So buckle up. So, one of the major criticisms I've always had of John Cena is not so much his wrestling ability, it's primarily his character.
With the rapping thing, or just in general?
No, after the rapping thing. When he became smiling, kissing babies John Cena. So, the biggest thing I always hated was Cena would, there'd be a pay-per-view, and he'd get screwed out of the title somehow. And the next night on Raw, he'd come out with a big old grin on his face. I just lost the championship, but it's okay. I'm not angry.
It kind of makes you question his sanity.
No, if Austin got screwed out of the title, Austin would come out and murder a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He'd beat the shit out of people, or do something to show that, I'm gonna fucking get my belt back. Cena's just like, it's okay, I'll try again. And I fucking hate that. So Swagger Pearl Harbor Cena and almost cashes in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that was an interesting little thing going through that.
Yeah,
but
so...
then it also kind of reminded me of your... I'm not sure if you informed us of this previously or after showing us those sorts of matches, it was sort of interesting seeing someone actually try to do that sort of tactic to get the champion belt.
Yeah, so...
He was also a wussy because he didn't bother to go through with it, bloody coward.
So, Swagger, I mean, he would eventually end up getting a title, but...
Of course.
He's Swagger. He tries to cash in his money at the bank and then decides not to. And I'm fine with that. I mean, it's literally the night after he won the briefcase. Because they did that match at WrestleMania then. So we get Ted DiBiase, Bockwinkel, Arn Anderson, Patterson, and IRS to come out. Followed by Piper, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes, all those crazy wrestlers that you knew back in the 70s?
80s.
80s, yeah.
Primarily,
80s.
yeah.
Primarily 80s.
These two jobber actors from Hot Tub Time Machine that I don't know come out, and they seem super excited to be on Raw.
Goddamn stupid. Goddamn stupid movie promotions.
No, see, you know what the worst part of this was? Be happy you weren't a wrestling fan in 2010. This shit happened every goddamn week. They had a different guest host every goddamn week. For like 3 years or some ridiculous bullshit.
They could have kept the bloody pyrotechnics if they stopped hiring in a whole bunch of bloody faces.
Well, no, they got them free because they were there to promote something. My next note immediately after that, once Christian's music hits, is at least we get a Christian match. And I am okay with that. Oh, and then immediately after that, oh fuck, DiBiase Jr. is coming out. And I think his dad is the only one clapping.
Yeah.
Because, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Yeah.
We'll just give your dad's gimmick to you. It's literally what they did. Christian goes over, and Steamboat and Arn look like they still want to get in the goddamn ring.
Nah.
Steamboat is so hyped to be there. He's like, come on.
Come on.
And Arn looks fucking like Arn, and I'm like, you know what? Put Arn in the ring. That would be good. I would watch that.
Not near the end of it when they all started to kind of butt heads a little bit and start up.
Yeah, but like Steamboat and Arn are actually like look like they could still like not maybe in a one-on-one, but if you put them in a tag or something, they could probably still go. At least in 2010. I mean,
yeah, around that time. But
so then we get the hot tub match. This was the state of the women's division in 2010.
Thank God it's somewhat improved.
Oh, it's improved leaps and bounds. Because now we get Asuka and other awesome people. And my one note is, I really hate these two. Can they get off my TV?
Yeah.
So the man of many H's comes out. And he starts cutting a promo about Shawn, because Shawn's retiring tonight.
Yes.
Because he lost to Taker at Mania. In a great match. And then he gets attacked by Sheamus.
God damn it, Sheamus.
Because they had a match the night before, and Sheamus lost because Triple H had to go over. Okay, so now we have a 10 Diva tag match, and I did some quick math. So 10 Divas equals about 30 seconds of match time after entrances. Unfortunately, I was wrong. It was 16 seconds with no bumps and only a roll-up. Nobody took a goddamn bump in this match. Which is, you know, in all fairness, they did have Kelly in the ring, and I wouldn't want to... Never mind.
Nah. Somewhat understand it, but I think I saw a couple other matches later on in her career where she could work with that stuff. But...
Kelly was never very good. I'm sorry, but she wasn't. But there are women in that match who are legitimately talented. Because there's like Gail Kim and Mickie James and Michelle McCool. There's a bunch of talented women in there, but then there's fucking Kelly who got hired because she was a fitness model. And like, we'll train you to wrestle.
Yeah.
You can't run the ropes after 5 years? That's okay. Here's another $100,000. Then we get Bret Hart coming out and cuts a promo. which was fine. He beat Vince McMahon in a match the night before.
Yeah.
And it was as good as you think it was.
Yeah.
It was real shit.
Yeah.
So this is after Bret had his concussion and had to retire, and after his stroke. So Bret could not bump. And Vince was like 65 or something, in his 60s.
Yeah.
And they had a match at WrestleMania. Yeah. This was wrestling in 2010, David.
So, if we ever get stuck in these sort of situations again, never bother looking for any matches in 2010.
There's not a lot of good stuff here.
Duly noted.
Well, there's some gems in the rough. Miz and Big Show come out, and goddamn Miz has a punchable face. He's so good.
Yeah.
And then the Hart Legacy comes out, and I have, in all caps with multiple exclamation points after it, Tyson has the stupid haircut. Oh my god. Did you see his haircut?
Yes.
Explain the haircut to the people at home.
I honestly really can't. It's just... Why?
So, his head's shaved.
Yeah.
Except for this little tiny bit that's sticking up at the front.
In some cases it works, but...
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Nobody can pull that haircut off. Here's my thing. Imagine having to go to, like, Safeway with that haircut. These people have to have lives outside of wrestling. Imagine being that dude's kid and having him pick you up from school. Dad, put on a hat. Okay, so Bret during this entire match looks like he wishes he was dead. He's just like, oh, fuck, why am I here? He just does not give a fuck. So then we go back to the Divas hot tub match. And Mark Henry comes out and they play his goddamn theme song for some reason when he gets into the hot tub. Because I don't fucking know why. Oh. Yeah. Then we get Drax and Swagger versus Cena and Orton. In which ends up being the longest match on the show at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
8 minutes.
It can be 45 minutes, Paul.
I would have been okay with that because these guys can actually go.
Nah.
None of them are terrible.
Nah.
So HBK comes out, Taker comes out, does his little thing, and fucks off.
Nah.
It was a pretty easy payday for Taker.
Yeah, so true.
So HBK cuts his retirement promo, which is really good.
It is.
It's one of the better ones that we've had. Not as good as Edge or Daniel Bryan, but still really good. And then at the very end of the episode, Triple H comes out. They put the glow sticks in an X on the entrance ramp, and that's kind of where we end the episode.
Yes.
Do you know what that was about? Sorry. God damn it, Justin.
I like beeping.
Do you know what the...
Not quite sure what the X was specifically about. If I remember correctly, though, there was some history between Triple H and him, though.
Yes, so they were in a group called D-Generation X.
Oh, okay. They were talking about it a little bit through the episode there.
Yeah, in the Attitude Era. So I did some calculations. So this show ran approximately 96 minutes. Guess how many minutes of wrestling were on this show?
8 minutes.
No, the one match went 8 minutes. We had more than one match.
Oh, okay. Well, with how we saw the other matches...
Take a guess. On a 96-minute show.
About 20 minutes?
17 minutes and 37 seconds. Or 18.75% of the runtime was wrestling. On a wrestling show.
It is also that type of wrestling, so it's not too surprising in my case.
Less than 20%.
Yeah.
That's like if you tuned into a hockey game and got to watch 10 minutes.
Again, just a wonderful quote of never ask me to search up particular wrestling matches for you.
Oh my god. So, what did you think of this show?
there were definitely little bits of ridiculousness, and I was just, oh god, why did he
Tyson's hair.
Why did he decide to put me through this, man?
You put me through this. Yeah. No, you don't get to scapegoat me for this bullshit. You did this.
Yeah, true, but you're the one that asked me to look for it.
Yeah, but I thought you might accidentally, like, stumble onto something good. Or at least look up what are good wrestling shows.
Sadly, I don't think Google does things that well.
Yeah, actually it does. Here, let's see what happens if I type in what are good wrestling shows. What are good wrestling shows? What's the first result I get? The best wrestling shows of 2017. Best professional wrestling TV shows list. 5 promotions that are WWE's biggest threats. Sportskeeda, who cares? The biggest indie wrestling show ever is officially coming to Chicago, which is an article about All In. Yeah, you could have... Okay, I'm not going to get angry.
Dude, you're already angry.
Yes, I am. I had to watch this goddamn episode of Raw and that goddamn Andre match. Okay, any last minute thoughts, Dave?
Please don't ask me to search for wrestling again.
Well, I won't. Probably. But Dave, I have to ask you one question before we leave today. Are you all in?
Yeah, sure, why not? We're already this far in.